Day 3 of training camp has concluded, and we have so many more Mac Jones clips to show you guys. I can't wait to break it down with all of y'all. I just want to say this is probably the most clips we've ever seen of Mac Jones since we've drafted him in practice, minicamp, or training camp. This is the most clips and most tweets I've ever had to show you guys in a video, so this one could be pretty long. Be sure to destroy the like button and leave a comment down below if you want more Mac Jones practice videos. Also, be sure to subscribe. Let's get straight into things. First things first, let's take a look. We're going to get right into the clips here. And as you can see, this is just Mac Jones running onto the field. I don't know if he was one of the first players this time around. It looks like he was definitely one of the first, but not as early as he usually gets there. Whatever, it's not the most disappointing thing in the world. Let's get straight into a throw, and this is actually right into one of the best throws of the day from Mac Jones. Probably the best throw we've seen from him yet as a Patriot. This one is a deep ball to Nelson Agholor, and unfortunately he dropped the pass, but look at how beautiful that pass is. If he can throw like that in a game, which if he can do it in these 11-on-11 drills, he can certainly do it in a game. He is really well known for his long passes. He is a really good deep quarterback, and I think he's going to excel in this type of a situation. Obviously, that's kind of the opposite of Tom Brady, whereas his strong suit is just decision making. The long balls were there, but definitely was more better in the shorter situation. Mac Jones actually excels with these more deep passes, so what that means for our future, it could mean we are a more deep threat offense really with him at the helm of the quarterback position. Obviously very disappointing and honestly quite concerning to see Nelson Agholor dropping passes. That is something he's been known for throughout his career, especially with the Eagles, and to see him drop an easy pass like that, I mean, you can't really throw an easier pass to a wide receiver if you think about it, and a more gentle arcing long pass like that should be easier to haul in. I actually have another angle of this throw, and here it is. This one's from more of like a line of scrimmage angle, and as you can see, it was a pretty nice deep ball, probably about a 30-yard throw or so, I would say, on this one. I promise this video actually does include some criticism of Mac Jones because there was a mistake for sure, and I'm going to address that towards the end of the video, rest assured. A lot of people in yesterday and day 1 of training camp complained that I was not being critical enough. I can only go based off of the tweets and the videos that I see, so whenever you obviously see a lot more of the good than the bad in these types of situations, so I'm trying as best as I can to be unbiased, but I am very excited as well. But I'm trying to go based off of these clips that I see so I can actually show you guys. I'm not really going to go off of a he said, she said type situation, so that's kind of where it becomes a little difficult for me. Now here's an example just to show you guys. I'm not being critical of Cam Newton here. He actually had a great day, but this is an example that these types of throws can be missed because he missed a similarly deep pass there. Don't even know where that one was going. I'm sure Mac Jones probably had some plays like that as well. I just haven't seen it really, but I just wanted to show you guys because a lot of people are like, yeah, it's practice. He should be making those. You would be surprised how many quarterbacks in the NFL miss wide open throws with no defender in practice. I mean, it is not just it's not a given that they're going to make that throw. So it is good to see him making it, obviously, in a lot of these clips I've showed. Here's another Mac Jones one. I don't want to talk too much about Cam Newton since this video is about Mac Jones. Unfortunately, it's going to be another day without a Cam Newton video because we didn't really get any clips from him. A lot more hype is going on with Mac Jones. Here's one, and this was to Jacoby Myers. He dropped this one as well, so that's 2 drops. But this was another great throw, obviously. This is obviously already the best we've ever seen from Mac Jones, just all of these clips put together. Most of what we've seen has been 10-yard passes, some of them not defended. We've been seeing a lot of these deeper throws, and this one is right to the corner of the end zone, covered pretty tightly there by number 39. I'm not exactly sure. I kind of forget who 39 is. But he had really good coverage on this play, but Mac Jones was able to just kind of create the separation there for the wide receiver by putting it right in the right spot. Unfortunately, again, it was dropped. And actually, a lot of the tweets I was seeing were kind of aggravating me a little bit because people were trying to show the completion of, so like Cam Newton had this many completions and incompletions. Mac Jones had this many completions and incompletions. And Mac Jones, the wide receivers, had a lot of drops. And to be honest, I'm not exactly sure if Cam Newton, if the wide receivers had any drops or not. But it's tough to make that comparison and just show those stats without really looking at the individual plays. And again, that's why I would much rather go based off of the clips I can watch and break down with you guys rather than some random person saying, oh, Cam Newton did this, or oh, Mac Jones did this. And I'm usually not even sure who the person is, so I don't even know if they were there or who they are at all. Here's another pass here from Mac Jones. And this one is another really good one. I'm only seeing some positive throws here for Mac Jones. His accuracy has been really good throughout minicamp and training camp. This individual pass was actually a touchdown to Kendrick Bourne. Developing stories, actually, Kendrick Bourne and Mac Jones, in my opinion, seem to be building a really nice relationship. They've had a lot of positive things to say about each other, and it just seems like they're building an actual really good relationship. So that's really great to see. Really good touchdown here. Obviously, there's a little bit of a shorter pass, so it's not as good as those deeper passes. Those two deep passes, those were some really, really good ones. Very cool to see from Mac Jones. That's the first time we've seen him really unleash it like that. Here's another clip, our next clip here, and this one you can hardly see. It's on the very bottom left corner. I'm going to try to zoom that in for you guys, but that's another touchdown to Kendrick Bourne. That one's a little bit more impressive than the other one. Obviously, a lot of people are going to be like, oh, that's not that hard, but you'd rather see him excelling in this situation than completely failing in these short passes, because some quarterbacks literally miss these throws in practice. So it's good to see him at least making it, and it's kind of like passing the test. At least he's doing good in these situations. Here is yet another one, and this was another touchdown. This one to Nelson Aguilar, so he did actually catch one there, which is really, really good to see. It looks like they were doing a lot of these 10-yard drills today, which is obviously good to be in that red zone situation. But the nice thing was to see them actually letting the quarterbacks really try those deep passes. That gives us a great perspective of how the deep ball is going to look from these quarterbacks. From what I heard, Cam Newton had a great day. I showed obviously one bad pass there, and I don't want to downplay it at all. It seems like it was more of a 50-50 day, although Mac Jones had his very best day at training camp. Also, Cam Newton had his best day at training camp as well, so it was much more of a 50-50 day. Both quarterbacks did really, really great, it seems like. Obviously, Mac Jones, a lot of his wide receivers dropped those passes, so that did kind of make the stats look a little bit worse. But once we break down these plays, we're able to see that there were some very, very great throws in there. Really, really awesome to see. Now, Cam Newton had this to say about Mac Jones. I'm just going to let him talk real quick and then get back with you guys.
How would you describe
Oh, man. Cool like the other side of the pillow. You know what I'm saying? You know, you never know when he's really, you know, down on himself. You don't really necessarily know when, you know, he's up either. You know what I'm saying? He's real cool. I'm surprised his knowingness of, you know, hip hop music. You know, you catch him in the locker room every time. You know what I'm saying? Quoting some Future, some Baby. You know what I mean? But you know, those are things that you just got to learn with time. You know, we had an opportunity to meet in the OTAs, but you don't really get it. And then it's still another curve that's going to get during game times. It's good that we get preseason games and things like that, so you'll know these live bullets. So, you know, I'm pretty much here for him, just like Brian is here for him, just like, and I hope, I know it's reciprocated on all fronts.
And then in response, or not really response, but Mac Jones had this to say on a similar subject.
Yeah, Cam, I like his outfits for sure. I can't pull off his swag, but yeah, Cam listens to some good music, and it's always fun to just, you know, he might play a song in a meeting or whatever. And yeah, he's awesome, and you know, he just has fun with it in the meetings, and that makes the days go by. You know, not like you're just like, oh, this day is a long day, but it's like, this is awesome. We're having fun, bonding, whatever.
Now, here's some tweets. I just want to go over some tweets real quick. So we showed all the videos. Here's the tweets. Ryan Spagnoli, I guess that's how you say your name. Sorry about that. Mac Jones on Cam Newton were going to grow together and help each other win games. It's really good to see them having a positive outlook on this whole situation. Obviously, it is a little bit awkward with them competing for that starting job. I still think Cam Newton is going to get the nod at that starting job because I'd much rather see the veteran play than a rookie. I'd rather let Mac Jones kind of develop. That seems to go better historically in the NFL. I've made videos about that, so that is still my preference. I think Cam Newton would have a good season. I think he has improved greatly, and I'm so excited to see what he has in store, especially this upcoming preseason. I can't wait to see what both of these quarterbacks have, but I'm also super excited to see this very positive outlook between the two of them, and it seems like they're building a good relationship actually amongst themselves as well, which is really, really awesome. Here's another clip of Mac Jones just talking to the press real quick.
You know, forming those relationships, you want to be on the same page, and a lot of the times when I go up to them, it's something that I did wrong, and I want to figure out what I can do better. They're not making as many mistakes as I am just because they're older and they're doing the right thing, and I'm trying to get there and working, but it's all about the connection. You want to be on the same page, and that takes time, and that takes reps, and that takes trust, so we're going to get there, and that's just something I've learned from watching the other guys too. here and just in general, you always got to form the bond with whether it's your lineman, what happened here, your running back, hey, did you see this, that, whatever. So it goes for everybody.
Obviously, it's really, really cool to get to hear from the quarterbacks and what they have to say about each other and what they have to say about different players. It's awesome also to see kind of like the humbleness there from Mac Jones. It seems like in situations where he's kind of struggling a little bit, he's able to go to his teammates from a humble approach and be like, "Hey, what did I do? What did I mess up?" And obviously, that's where the most growth is going to happen. Inside and outside of football, in real life, I think it's that way as well. Just as a human being, it's good to be that way and be willing to embrace criticism. So really, really good to see there. Here's another tweet from Zach Cox. Jacoby Myers had to say, "I like Mac Jones a lot. He's a great guy off the field, so it makes it easier to play with him off the field." What? He's a great guy off the field, so it makes it easier to play with him on the field. I think that's what he meant to say. So obviously, it's good to see, especially from the wide receivers, them having positive things to say about Mac Jones, because these are the players he's going to be around the most, obviously. So really, really good to see there. Ryan Spagnoli again. Mac Jones is diming it up today at hashtag Patriots practice, dropping a few right in the bucket. Accuracy and touch on full display today. I can't put it, I think that's the two words that describe Mac Jones best: accuracy and touch. That seems to be his strong suit as a quarterback so far in this short sample size we've seen with the Patriots. I just cannot wait for preseason, guys. We are going to see so much more, and obviously that's going to mean a whole lot more. I really don't think this quarterback competition is going to be determined during the training camp. I really think preseason is what's going to determine that for sure. When we can see them playing against actual different teams, that's going to be really, really good to see, and it's going to tell a lot. Tamara Brown had this to say: Mac Jones on speaking with teammates after plays breakdown, "It's just about forming those relationships. A lot of times it's something I did wrong and I want to get better. It's all about the connection, and you want to be on the same page, but that takes time and reps." And I think that says a lot about him building these relationships. It seems like he's building with Cam Newton, Jacoby Myers, Kendrick Bourne, just to name a few. That's all that we know about, but he's probably built a great relationship with a lot of the players, especially on the offense, obviously. Really, really cool to see. This is a person named TJ. "My 2 cents on the day: Mac Jones and Cam Newton were both excellent. Newton got more reps and had maybe 2 or 3 poor passes. The rest were beautiful. Mac Jones had maybe 1 or 2 poor passes, but most of his throws were of higher difficulty. I've got some videos coming. Obviously, you can check this person out, all these people out on Twitter. But that's really awesome to hear that they were both excellent. Obviously, that's the preference, guys. I hate how people, I've said this so many times, and it's probably like nails on a chalkboard at this point, but people feel like they have to like Mac Jones and then hate Cam Newton, or like Cam Newton and then hate Mac Jones. Why does it have to be that way, guys? I would so much prefer them both to be excellent. For one, Mac Jones is a rookie, and it's going to make it a lot better for him to develop if there's a good quarterback on the team. Cam Newton, well, he probably is going to start, so we would much rather him be excellent. So it's a win-win, guys. As Patriots fans, we don't have to be hoping for one to do good and one to do bad. I hate that mentality, and if you feel that way, you're not a true Patriots fan. I'm sorry, you need to check yourself, because you're more of a either Cam Newton fan or a Mac Jones fan than a Patriots fan, and that's definitely a problem. Well, I guess to each their own. Some people can be that way, and it's fine, but I just feel like you can't really call yourself a fan of the Patriots if you feel that way. Here's kind of a side note. Jeff Howie tweeted, "N'Keal Harry is not worried about anything trade-wise right now. He said if he's not traded, he's happy to be a Patriot." And that's actually really interesting, because we did expect him to be kind of in a position where he's demanding a trade. But if he is willing to play with the Patriots, it does look like he's lost weight. It does look like he's gained a step, and he is kind of a little quicker now. I think N'Keal Harry could actually improve quite a bit. I have that gut feeling, and I hope actually he stays with the team. That's just my 2 cents. Obviously, he was a bust of a draft pick at this point, unless he drastically turned his career around. But at least let's have a good season with him where he can be a little bit productive and help the team. Let's get something out of it. That's my mentality. Here's another tweet. Mark Daniels. "Really nice start for Mac Jones in 11 on 11s. He went 3 of 3 in the first period. He had 2 great touchdown passes to Nelson Aguilar and Kendrick Bourne." We saw those earlier. The one to Aguilar was in a tight window. The one to Bourne was a beauty in the corner of the end zone. Again, we saw both of those, but really good to hear. Just really good things to say about Mac Jones. Chris Mata Sports said, "Mac Jones fumbled another snap during the walkthroughs. Coach McDaniels vocally displeased among other coaches." This has been a reoccurring issue, and I don't really think there's been much of an issue outside of this. Mac Jones did have a fumble the other day. There was no video of that, so that's why I chose not to really mention it. It was a one-time thing. But now that it's happened a second time, I feel like it is worth noting as possibly a concern moving forward. Cam Newton also obviously has a little bit of a fumbling issue. He does run a lot, so that kind of comes with it. But to have two quarterbacks with this similar issue is kind of a problem. But this is something we're going to watch closely. This is obviously something that he really needs to work on. Otherwise, this could become a problem moving forward, and that is my criticism for Mac Jones of the day. Fantasy Sports News tweeted, Jonnu Smith said, you can't ask for a better quarterback than Mac Jones. I actually have not confirmed if this one was real or not, but I think he did say something along those lines from what I was able to see. Really, really good to see his teammates are saying good things about him. One of the new tight ends, the new really good tight ends. Finally, this is our last one, and one of the coolest ones, actually. Mark Daniels tweeted, Hoyer on Mac Jones. We're starting in the toughest part of the field against what I would call arguably the toughest red zone defense in the league. It's not going to be easy. You can see how much he puts into it. I get text messages from him at 6 a.m. He's doing a great job, and that's obviously very awesome to see that he is working hard, and he's up at 6 a.m. texting his teammate quarterbacks for information. Really, really awesome dedication to see from Mac Jones. And guys, that is the coolest thing to see from your rookie quarterback, that he is putting effort into learning more, and it seems like with how much time he's been spending with Josh McDaniels as well, they are doing their best to groom him into the best possible quarterback. This is going to be an awesome situation to watch over the coming years, and I can't wait to watch this situation unfold, and I really hope it goes well for both the Patriots and Mac Jones, obviously. That's all I have for this video, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. That was pretty much every single tweet and every single video I saw on Twitter of Mac Jones, so this is going to be probably the most consistent place to see all of those things compiled together. So be sure to like this video because I put a lot of work and hours into finding all of those clips and tweets for you guys. Be sure to destroy the like button and leave a comment down below. I think I already just said that, but yeah, be sure to do it. And also be sure to subscribe for more Patriots content. I will see you guys tomorrow in our next video.